Everything seems to be in working order. I did a live stream not that long ago with my brother. It was one of the last live streams I did before leaving for Texas. And
Yeah.
I came back after being away from Texas and was like, okay, cool. Now I can finally, take that live stream and edit into a video. And I go back to watch it, and I'm like super quiet. And on top of that, you couldn't hear my brother whatsoever. So he'd say something, I'd laugh and say something in response. And it just looks like I'm schizophrenic. It was just like, cool, thanks. That's really cool. Awesome. Love it.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, I had an interesting week. The like last 2 weeks of January, I was sick, and one morning I woke up, found out that my grandma had unfortunately passed away,
Mhm.
and that same morning I was like, I'm gonna take myself to the clinic and see what's going on, and I was told I had bronchitis, and I was like, cool. So it's just a great week altogether.
Well, yeah, obviously. I'm
So
very sorry that you lost your grandma, though.
thank you. Yeah, it was not easy, but it happened, and here we are. So then I had to, go with the hassle of trying to fly to another state, which
Hmm.
I think you might already know this, but like you need an advanced license or a passport in order to fly around nowadays.
Yeah, your real ID or passport. Yeah.
Yeah. None of which I had, so I had to go to the DMV and get a new license. And they were, they don't give you the actual license just right off the bat. They hand you the paper copy.
No, I know. I remember that process a long time ago because I physically like lost my license. I was like, I don't know how old. I was like still in high school and I flew up here and my cousin bought a vehicle and ended up getting pulled over by a cop and he asked for all of our IDs and I gave him a paper copy. He's like, "What is this?" I was like, "That's what happens when you physically lose your license. That's what Washington State does to me." I thought I was gonna get fucking arrested right then and there. He's a fucking dick, and I'm glad he doesn't live around here anymore.
Yeah, so um, they gave me the paper copy, and I was like, would I still be able to fly out with this? Funny enough, they're still using like they asked me like all the same questions of like, is all the information still correct? And I just always hit yes because I'm like, whatever. It's not like anything's really changed. The only thing that's changed is I got older. I'm not taller or anything like that, but my weight was at 155, and when I looked at that, I was like, that's generous. I'm well above 200 now, so. But we made sure to ask, like, by the way, would I be able to fly out on this? And it was like, yes, just make sure you have like another ID you can use as well. And we flew out the next day, and we're going through TSA, and they asked me for my ID. I decided to show them my old driver's license just to be safe, and they were like,
Right.
and well, actually, no, I didn't do that first. I first showed them the enhanced license because I thought that's what I needed to do, and they were like, no,
Mhm.
I need a photo ID. So I was like, okay, here's my old driver's license. Will this work? And he was like, technically yes. He hands me like this little red flyer, tells me to
Mhm.
hold it up. It's before I get on the plane or whatever. I put it in my pocket and forgot about it. And I got through TSA with like no issues. Um, and then we're waiting for the plane. And as I'm getting on the plane, I totally forget to like pull out the red flyer and show them it. But I got on the plane no problem. So I was like, oh, I guess I don't need to worry about that then.
Just breaking the rules. Jeez.
On the way back, I was traveling solo this time around, so that was a whole new experience. And of course, I'm looking like a lost tourist, in the middle of the airport, like where do I go?
Hmm.
And thankfully, someone saw me and was like, "Need some help find something?" I was like, "Yeah, so this is a whole new experience for me. What do I do?" And like, okay, just go that way. That's through TSA and whatnot. You'll get on your plane, no problem. And I was like, okay. Um, I go through the line and I go get seen by someone on the ID machine. Show him.
Mhm.
I show him both copies again, and he's like, "I'm gonna need you to go through that line at the end." I was like, "Okay." I go through that line, and the guy even asked me like, "Do you have any like passports or anything like that?" I was like, "No, just these two." It's like, "Okay, well, just to let you know, in 2 days they're gonna start charging you for not having a real ID." I was like, "I have a real ID. It's this paper copy right here, you dumbass." Anyway, but I got through that part with no problems. Well, some problems, but whatever. And then I'm headed to the metal detector. I walk through and it goes off. I know for a fact I emptied out all my pockets, so I'm like, what the hell could have gone off? Apparently, it's the zipper that went off. So I'm like, great. And this guy's got to be like, well, I'm going to have to pat you down now. And I was like, just fucking get it over with, dude. So he pats me down. I was I was half tempted to go, you getting a little comfortable there, dude? I was like, maybe I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Texas was still pretty fun. Um, it was my grandmother's last wish that all of her grandkids try to make it to the funeral. So all of us, except for like one grandkid, made it. And of course, I was still sick, but one of her other requests was that all of the grandkids would get up and sing one of her favorite primary songs, which is a kind of like a church thing.
Yeah.
So I get up and I'm dying. At this point, like I can carry on a sentence for like maybe like half a second before I have to cough. So I'm
Mhm.
like, now I gotta get up there and sing. And amazingly, I got through the whole thing about breaking. But I was kind of just like, my God will always love me. Just whispering throughout the whole thing because I'm like, I ain't risking that, dude. Like,
Yeah.
who wants to hear singing? And then all you hear is. But anyway, we got down to Texas just before the huge ice storm hit, which
Yeah.
was honestly mid on. uh, it hit, and like the next day, I was just like, "This is it." I've delivered in worse than this. Like, come on.
Yeah. Trust me, I know.
And meanwhile, like places are closed. Authorities are warning you to stay off the roads. And my brother had to get up early that morning and take my parents to the airport. And
This is how you know Alaska's a completely different breed. It was negative 70 something and kids were still going to fucking school. Like,
yeah,
like
I remember the morning I woke up after the ice storm and I saw it was like 19 degrees outside. I was like, damn, that's cold. Sent you the screenshot and you were like, that's nothing. You send me your own screenshot and it's like -1 outside. And then you were like, it's actually warming up. I was like, are you sure about that? I don't think it is.
actually it is because it was not negative, positive 10 today. So
Oh, whoa.
it's pretty fucking warm out. I didn't have to wear a jacket outside. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like,
And there was a scale in the bathroom of where I was staying, and I stepped on it. And when I saw that I was over 200 pounds, which I was still think is crazy, I was like, damn, I'm a fat motherfucker. I gotta go work out or something. So immediately I was like, I'm going for a walk in 30-degree weather. Step outside, sun's out, the birds are chirping, there's a bunny running around. And I'm like, this is. You guys had the clothes for this? Like, literally, while I was in Texas, I started to feel much better. Um, and then, as I'm flying back, we flew out of Portland, and I was flying back into Portland, and I crossed the border into Oregon, and immediately I started feeling sick again. I was like, oh my god, I think I'm just sick of the West Coast.
How sad. We're talking about moving home, so
Well, I mean, it's probably nicer here than it is in Alaska.
it's not just that. We're having family issues and just we really do miss home though.
Yeah, that's true.
The only nice thing is money here because trying to do her taxes and shit, but I need to ask his HR lady a couple questions, literally neighbors. Um, but he's not going to make as much money down there as he is now. He made over 100K last year.
Nice.
Well, he works 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off and gets overtime.
Damn.
So, I mean, you can come move up here if you want, make that kind of money.
Nah, I'd freeze to death.
That's what I thought of him, but he's doing pretty good actually.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things where like 30 degrees down there in Texas felt like nothing to me. And then like
Hmm.
it was 50 degrees earlier today, and I was like, damn, it's cold.
Yeah.
Anyway, um, Dart is thinking about buying a new car. So while I was down in Texas, he messaged me. He's talking about like how much did I spend on my car and whatnot, and
Hmm.
he asked me how much I spend on insurance. Now keep in mind, I don't know how much I spend on insurance. I just know what my parents charged me is like $100 on top of rent, and
Okay.
but I know for a fact like the insurance is more expensive than that.
Right.
And I told him that. He was like, "Well, just what kind of insurance do you have?" I was like, I don't know off the top of my head. Let me ask my parents." Message my mom, and I'm like, "Hey, well, what kind of insurance do we have?" She's like, "Health? No, car." And at that point, I was at my brother's girlfriend's place because we were helping her build a TV stand. Because women. Anyway,
Yeah, exactly.
so we're helping her build the TV stand. I put my phone down just after messaging my mom. I'm like, yeah, I just what's our car insurance? And not thinking much of it, I put the phone down. And I go back to building the TV stand. A couple minutes go by. Um, Keep in mind, I also like never turn on my ringtone just because I'm like Texas is. Come on. Anyway, um, so I'm ignoring my phone, and then my brother's phone goes off, and it's our mom, and he picks up, and she's like, "What's up?" And she goes, "Where's Joey?" I was like, "I'm right here." It's like, are you okay? What happened? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, why are you asking about car insurance? I was like,
Probably thought you got into a wreck. Fuck.
yeah. I'm like, because Dart was asking about it. Oh my god, child. I thought you were in a car accident. I was like, I don't have my car. Whose car would I be driving? Ugh. So anyway, I look at my phone and I see I have two missed calls, one from my mom, one from my dad, a couple texts from my dad saying call your mom. And I'm just like, okay, if I was in a car wreck and I wanted to tell you about it, you think I'd start with, "Hey, I'm okay, but I was just in a car wreck," not, "Hey, what kind of insurance do we got?"
I don't know, maybe.
Like I'd start with A, not C. So anyway, yeah, that was a good laugh. And went to my first ever wrestling match. And
I saw that. I saw Jesus was there.
oh yeah, Jesus was there. What's funny is we saw Jesus in the front row, and he pulled out a sign. It said something, and the other side of the sign said something else. And I was just like, oh cool, he's got a sign with him. He pulled out another sign. It said something. He pulled out another sign. So I'm like, how many signs does this guy have? He just had like a
He's
bunch of
Jesus.
signs on him. Yeah, exactly. I was like,
He's
wow.
Jesus. He has all the sides.
Instead of turning water into wine. He's turning water into these signs, bro. What the hell? Anyway, can honestly say that wrestling is fake.
You're gonna get a lot of people worked up over that.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
I'm
It,
just saying.
it was so like I'm sorry if they just made it look a little more real, maybe I could convince me. But like there were so many times that like one person who's not supposed to win would like almost win, and the ref would be like 1, 2, and the person that's supposed to win barely does anything. Goes and then the person who's like about to win like gets thrown off. It's like, dude, you're doing too much. But it was still fun to watch and cheer on. I just wanted to see pain, and violence, so I just kept cheering for everyone. Whenever someone got hit, I was like, "Let's fucking go!" And we were with my brother's friends, and at one point he turns and look. I'm cheering for the villain, I guess. He turns and looks at me and is like, Why are you cheering for all the bad guys?" I was like, "I just want to see pain, dude." Also, I'm in my villain arc story, origin story. So
So I was gonna say villain era, but
yeah,
okay.
I mean, one of the people I was cheering was like literally called the Toxic Spider or something like that.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and yes, she was female. And hey,
Okay.
toxic or not, she was pretty fine, Joe. All right.
Just leave Washington and here we are, just fucking wow, this girl. Oh, how do I talk to a flight attendant?
Yeah, I don't know. Texas does something to you, dude. I swear.
First of all, introduce yourself. Like,
There's one point where this other wrestler, it's after a match, and the
mm,
wrestler who won, or yeah, the wrestler who won gets the microphone, starts talking, and then someone else shows up. It's a big reveal, and he gets on stage and starts talking. This dude started talking shit about Austin, because I guess the guy's from New York. He's just like, what an ugly city full of ugly people. And I was just like, I'm not from here. So fuck you.
jeez.
I will admit, I had tons of fun there, and I probably would go again if there's one in my area or something like that.
Mm.
Damn.
You having fun there? What's
Yeah,
going on?
just like thinking about all the things I did in Texas, and I'm like, I already talked about that. I already talked about that. I already talked about that. Just trying to think of more stuff I can talk about that I did in Texas. I will say this was my first time going to Texas since like 2021, so it was pretty cool getting to see it again. And I'll admit, this time when I was down there, and with the weather being so nice, even though it's like the so cold, I was like, I could live here.
I thought you decided you're moving down there
Yep.
in summertime.
Mm-hmm. And my brother, who's been like trying to convince me this whole time to move down there, pulled me aside the other day. It's like, "Are you sure you want to come down here?" I was like, "You've literally been trying to convince me for like the past several years. Why are you now asking me this?" Because like he would not
I
shut up about
mean,
Texas, and now all of a sudden I'm like, "Yeah, I think I could live down here. Are you sure?" Well, now I'm not.
he just wants to know, okay? Like, are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'd be fine. I mean, I found a place that was cheap rent. Gas is only like $2.
Nice.
There was a customer who came into the post office like forever ago. Once I, started telling people like, by the way, I'm moving to Texas, so you probably won't see me for much longer. And she comes in, she's like, "Well, be careful. I hear they have whack ass abortion laws." And I was like, "Thanks for thinking I'm getting laid 24/7." Like,
I mean,
What? You mean what?
People have wild ass imaginations. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Well, no one has a Mr. Dawes fanfic, so just saying.
You're gonna write yourself one? Like,
Bold of you to assume I haven't already.
you know, really had a feeling that you did, but I was really hoping you didn't.
I haven't. I was kidding.
Okay. Well, I mean, you never know.
No, I'll leave that to the fans to write that one.
Can't wait to see how that turns out.
Yeah. You ever just like on TikTok or something and you see like an edit of a famous celebrity?
Mhm.
It's like it's like a bunch of like close up shots of them combing through their hair or just walking, and you got some like epic ass music in the background.
Yeah, like
Uh,
on Facebook or Instagram. I don't have TikTok, okay?
yeah, okay. Because you don't want the Chinese spying on you.
uh, I just never really had an interest in it. And if my parents both have fucking TikTok and my dad's in his fucking 50s and my mom's about to be fucking 50, I don't want it. No, thank you.
Just before boarding the plane to go home, I sat down in a spot without looking, and a couple minutes go by, and I realized like, man, there's a lot of handicapped people sitting in this area. I turn and look, and I realize I'm in a handicapped like sitting area, and I was like, whoops. I immediately got up and moved. I just sat next to this guy who was like right across from me, and it was like, you could tell I was cool, so you sat next to me, huh? And I was like, I should have said this, but I was just like wasn't thinking at the moment. I was like, no, I just realized I was being a jackass because I was sitting over there. Not to say this guy wasn't cool, but I was just like, I did realize I was
Right.
being a jackass. And I flew Southwest on the way home, and on the way there, Southwest was basically just like, yeah, we don't have assigned seating. You just get on the plane, pick a seat, basically. Which I think is a pretty okay system. I could see where it could get screwy, but
Yeah.
um, like on the way there, everyone just picked a seat, sat down, and we flew off. Uh, on the way back, they had changed it to assigned seating. And of course, since this was my first time, I asked the dude like, so like, how does this work? Because the guy next to me had like flown a bunch before.
Yeah.
He was like, there'll be numbers on top of the seats. I was like, oh, okay, cool, or above the seats, whatever. Because yeah, I don't usually fly. Like our last trip to Texas back in 2021, we drove down there and then had to drive back up. But that was also because that was shortly after my grandpa's passing, and
Hmm.
I guess we had to like take a bunch of stuff back up with us, so like furniture and whatnot. And that trip was actually pretty cool because we managed. Me and my brother set up the Xbox One we had in the back seat, so that wasn't too bad. But there was about a year ago when my parents last went to Texas.
Hmm.
My parents, jeez, stop burping, dude. My parents and my brother, they had asked me if I wanted to go, but at this time I was still working the post office, and I was just like, I don't think I could get that kind of time off, so I didn't go. And when they asked me, they were like, we'll probably drive down there," and I was like, "Yeah, no thanks. After the Texas trip, I don't want to do that again." Because after we got back the first time from Texas, when we drove, my legs I couldn't feel them. I was just so dead. I had to immediately go to the chiropractor and be like, "Yo, fix me, dude." So that was fun, and I decided I'm no longer gonna be cramped in the backseat of a car for longer than an hour.
Yeah.
So when my mom mentioned like, yeah, we'll probably drive down there, I was like, I'm good. You guys can go without me. And then it became, okay, well, you can drop us off the airport then. I was like, wow, wow. So I'm not going, and suddenly you can fly, but if I do, you can't.
Well, obviously.
And of course, just for Dart, when I was down in Texas, I went ahead and got myself some Popeye's chicken.
Oh, not this shit again.
They had like a buy one get one free on the spicy sandwich, so I went ahead and got that, and he was like, my goat. And I ordered their chicken tenders too, but I could only eat the sandwiches, and this was the day I had to leave too. So
Yeah.
I ate sandwiches and was like way too stuffed to have the chicken tenders, so I just had to leave them in the fridge for my brother. And he was like, "Damn it, dude! You should have tried them." And I was like, "Dude, if I ate anything else, I would have exploded." The chicken sandwiches, they held me up so well that I literally was not hungry until the next day. And that was
Wow.
my lunch from the previous day.
That's wild.
And I think, yeah, I believe it was you guys. I said it to someone else too, I believe. But the screenshot of like how Taco Bell was like an hour and a half away, and I was like, do I risk it for the Taco Bell? Because I didn't
Yeah.
have a car, so I would have had to walk. And I also my brother, and he was like, "No, dude, just use DoorDash." And I was like, "You can get that out here?" Because here in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, you can't get DoorDash.
I
So
know.
I'm
Tell me fucking about it.
I'm so not used to it. So I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right." Okay, I downloaded it, and so you could just get out anything from DoorDash. I didn't realize they did like you can order from stuff from like Walmart or something like that.
Yeah. When I lived up in the city, before I got together with Alex, I was with my ex and we lived up in Mount Lake Terrace, past Seattle. That's always what we would do. We wouldn't leave the apartment. Always just fucking DoorDash or Uber Eats, everything.
Well, I mean, it's Seattle. Why would you
Horrible.
ever?
Well, it's outside of Seattle. I mean, it wasn't a huge
Oh, okay.
city. Ghost?
No, my parents were watching a TV very loud. Seriously,
Wow, violent much?
are they deaf? I can hear it through my headphones. These are supposed to be noise canceling. God damn. Excuse me for 1 second. This motherfucker really watching Moana right now. Full volume.
Me.
What was I talking about?
We were talking about Uber Eats and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I didn't try Uber Eats or any of that stuff, but, I did try DoorDash. And that's basically just what I used for the next couple days to get food.
Hmm.
Because my brother was at work, so. Um, when I got back to Washington and got back home, the next day I woke up. Which, speaking of which, I didn't even get home till like 2 a.m. So I was dead fucking tired. Didn't even get up until like 1 p.m. And then immediately had to go to Scott and Tanya's to go pet sit for them for the weekend. So
Hmm.
yeah, awesome. Anyway, I get back and like before I left though, I was like, I'm kind of curious. I still had DoorDash on my phone, so I was like, I opened it to see like, can I actually even get anything out here nowadays? Because I tried it years ago when I was working the small town post office,
Hmm.
not the main one, the other one. Because
Lollipop?
yeah, because I just uh, wanted to get some food, and since I was on the clock, it's not like I could leave or anything like that. Um,
No.
and I checked DoorDash, doesn't deliver. Uber Eats doesn't deliver. I don't even think I bothered with Pizza Hut or Domino's because I know they wouldn't deliver.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got back the other morning and checked DoorDash, I was surprised to see that you can now order from Safeway for some reason. But it's like only things from the deli and not really much of anything else.
Make it make sense.
Hmm? Make it make sense?
Yes, make it make sense. Like, why is it just deli stuff and not everything else? Make it make sense.
I don't know.
Have
But
you not heard that before?
no.
What?
Make it make sense? It doesn't. Cool. Move
Yeah,
on.
whatever.
So anyway, uh, I went in, I looked, and like I said, it was limited items from the deli, and it was like over 2 hours to get to you. And I was like, Safeway is like a 30-minute drive. I could drive there and get these items before the DoorDash would even show up
Mm,
here. So I
yeah.
was, I was just like, yeah, that's not worth it. While I was down in Texas, my brother took me to this burger joint. He was like, "Yeah, it's close to where my girlfriend lives, and they make some really good burgers for like super cheap." Which the burgers were okay and they were cheap, but I'll be honest, when I ate mine, I was just like, "Yeah, the burger stand does it better."
Yeah.
And on top of that, you look at the menu, they don't have bacon burgers. I was like, "This is Texas. How could you not have that on the menu?"
Yeah.
So I went in and I was like, I grabbed Dart and I was like, "Hey, you want to go down to the burger stand? I'm buying." And it was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" We go there and we got to talking for like an hour or so. And he mentioned Amazon
Hmm.
has finally gotten off their ass and delivering all their shit. And I'm like, wow, when was this? And why didn't they do that sooner?
Yeah, you're fucking telling me. I mean, yeah, fun days. I
Uh,
do miss that job though. I really do.
do you though?
I mean, I miss you guys.
That's fair.
That was like the best part of my job was hanging out with you guys, giving you shit, you
Yeah.
know? Just always blaming somebody who wasn't there because they can't defend themselves. Like,
Yeah,
so
I remember like just before I had quit, I was telling Dart like, "Damn, dude, I'm really gonna miss these conversations." And he's like, "Dude, you could literally just like call me."
it's not the same.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the
You
same,
gotta
Dart.
be in the post office.
Here's what we do: we build a post office and just use it to have conversations.
Honestly, I can get behind that. Count me in.
I mean, hell, I did. I built, this. I built the set for Normal People versus These Customers 2,
Yes,
which was totally realistic and not at all just a piece of cardboard with numbers written on it.
obviously.
And I've even had like this bit of like turning the post office into a fucking TV show. Like I wrote
Hmm.
a full like pilot episode that obviously I haven't done anything with because I don't have that kind of skill. But maybe
Yeah.
maybe one day I'll become the next Markiplier and release my own TV show. You heard about the Iron Lung movie that he made?
No.
So you know who Markiplier is, though, right? Just checking.
Yes.
He played a game that he really liked forever ago called Iron Lung, and a few years ago he announced that he was actually going to make an Iron Lung movie. So it released, I believe, Friday, and it like instantly made over like 3 million that night, becoming one of the most like grossing movies of the year so far. And
Hmm.
immediately after, like some kind of movie website where it like shows like the movies that have come out and how much they've made. Like the top like 5 spots. He was in number one with his movie, and then the next day it was taken down, and his movie was no longer number one. It's just not on the list anymore. It's like, wow, Hollywood is jealous.
Absolutely.
So I haven't seen it yet, but I'll probably see it when it comes to YouTube Premium or something. I don't know. I'm actually kind of surprised because when I heard about the movie, I figured he was just going to release it on YouTube like he did with his other 2 projects. Although I guess he did have a show on Prime too. So I don't know.
I haven't been to the movies in forever.
Hmm. Oh, you haven't been to the movies in forever?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
same.
because the closest theater is 3.5 hours away. So
Yeah.
the last movie we saw was I cannot speak. Revenge of the Sith in theaters for their 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
Which was really cool.
I don't even remember the last
Because
time.
the year before that, when we still lived in Shelton, we went down to the theater on May 4th to watch episode 1, I'm pretty sure, for their 20th anniversary also.
Nice. Yeah, I can't even remember the last time I went to a movie theater. It's been so long. It's not that I wouldn't mind going. I just kind of like it's gotten to the point where I had the mindset of like it'll be on Prime in like a year or so. And I'm typically right. Like there have been some movies that I've been like, I'll see the trailer for it and I was like, oh, that looks really good. And then I don't go see it in movie theaters. And like literally like a month later, I see it on Prime or Netflix or whatever. And I'm like, cool. Don't even have to pay for it.
Yeah.
But I would like to go to a movie theater at some point again. It's just, all the women I ask out always say no. So it's like, I guess I don't have to go.
Who's the last women you asked in the movie?
Um, who did I ask? I know it's either like I'll ask them to dinner or I'll ask them to go to the movies, and it's always no, of course, but still. I think the last person I asked out was probably one of my customers, which I know is a little sus, but hey, man, you gotta shoot your shot sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, next time we come down, we can all go to the movies if we want.
Well, you'd have to come down to Texas. Unless you're
Well,
unless you're planning on coming down within like the next month or so.
you said summertime. 2 months is not summer.
True.
All right, sir, relax. In a couple months, I'll more than likely be down. I'm trying to save up 2 weeks. I'm almost there.
Nice. Coming down
Come
to
down for
like
another
just
2 weeks.
visit family or what?
Visit family. I still have shit to take care of at the Oak Park house. So my sister also decided a month ago that she is packing up and left Washington and has been there since yesterday. She flew in and is now living with my dad. So I was like, okay,
She
have
left.
fun with that.
She left Washington or left for Washington.
Left for Washington.
Ah, so
She's been up here for almost 10 years.
I was gonna say she was living in Alaska.
Yeah. Just doesn't have anything lined up. Her only explanation for her leaving here is because her ex lives in the same town and she doesn't want to be near him. I'm like, that's not like,
Was it a
be
messy
smarter
breakup?
about this. So they've been together for so long and then broke up a couple times, but
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I knew a couple who was like that all throughout high school. It was literally. I think I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again for your sake. There was a girl, and we were friends for like a long time. She was dating this guy, and like I said, it was always this off and on situation. And at one point they were off, and I asked her, "Hey, do you want to go to the musical with me?" Because the high school was putting on a musical. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a musical. And she says yes, surprisingly. So I pick her up. I opened the car door for her like this is some real
Oh,
shit.
such a
Me-
gentleman.
Meanwhile, it's my dad's driving. This is like my sophomore year, so can you cut me some slack?
Right.
Anyway, we get to the high school. I pay for her ticket, and
Oh,
who's there? But of course, her off and on boyfriend. And I don't think much of it because he's working the ticket booth. So I'm like, whatever. He'll be here, and I'll be in there with her. We
mm-hmm.
go inside, and we sit next to each other. And at one point, I'm like, hey, I gotta go to the restroom. I leave, come back, and as I look up to our seat, I see him sitting in my seat making out with her. And I'm like, awesome. So I guess you guys are back on then, huh? And I still made the dumb decision of like taking her home when I should have just been like, yo, dad, come pick me up. I'm done.
You were just trying to be nice.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, nice is not always nice.
Damn.
Do you get over there?
Yeah, I just like can't believe I was gone for 2 weeks. And it's like I feel like I haven't talked to him much of anything, but it's been 40 minutes worth. But I'm just like, there's got to be more, right? Like I was gone for 2 weeks. What else happened? Did I kill anyone? No.
I don't think you would be able to kill somebody out of all people. I don't think you'd be able to do it.
Thanks, I guess.
You're welcome.
Anyway, is there anything new for you then?
Doing the same old shit. Just working.
If you were to move back up here, would you live in the same house you were living in before, or would you try to find a new spot?
It really depends because both my dad and sister live there, and I mean it's kind of the perfect house for like two, maybe three people.
Yeah,
It's
definitely not
really
four.
pushing. Yeah,
Yeah,
because when all of us lived there before my mom moved up here with Morgan, it was a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of in the process of trying to buy that house right now.
buy the house and then evict them.
No,
Oh, okay. I was like,
you think
that's.
I'm that mean?
I was like, that's an ultimate chess move right there.
No. Since my parents got divorced almost a year ago, they're supposed to be selling the house. But I mean, if Morgan's now down there living there, what's the point of trying to sell the house when she's living there? I mean, I don't know.
And then, would you try to apply for the post office again or find another job?
No, sir. No, sir. As long as she's in charge of that route, no, sir.
That's a fair point. I kind of forgot about that, honestly.
Yeah, that I want nothing to do with her. I mean, I try and talk to this company and see if there's any way I can work remote. The only issue is I wouldn't be able to print Medicaid vouchers for people, which, whatever, my mom still lives there. She could do it since she's technically my coworker, also. So, uh,
Or you could buy the route from her.
I
Genius.
thought about that also, but I don't want to be the only one to work it all the time.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I've been asking the last couple of months. I'm like, I have only so many more Medicaid vouchers left. And I just messaged them a week ago and I said, I'm almost out, like completely. And today I'm like, okay, I'm completely out of vouchers since they sit there and ignore me. "Oh, when's your expediter gonna be here? We can send some down." I'm like, "Really? Where was this when I asked you the first time, so I wouldn't run out?"
Yeah, that's how it be sometimes.
So I gotta wait till Wednesday, late afternoon, to get more vouchers. Stupid. So stupid. I mean, technically, I have a job offer already if I move back down there because before we moved, I applied at Peninsula out in Belfair. I actually got offered that job, and I'm like, unfortunately, we're leaving to Alaska. And she's like, okay, well, if you ever decide to come back, let me know. I'm like, okay, you got it. So,
Yeah, I actually remember like a few months ago, I actually got an email from a place that I applied to like years ago saying like, sorry, that position has been filled. And I was like, thanks
okay.
for now just getting back to me. Maybe next time put
Dude,
a rush on that, huh? Did
they're putting a rush on it like the post office puts a rush on it. It's not happening.
you talking about your local post office or this post office?
All of the post offices at
Okay.
this point. No, I haven't had any problems with my post office lately, so.
Yeah, me neither. But then again, I don't go in there, so. Also, I'm not one of these old people who's like, order, 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 order.
Unfortunately, I have to be that person, and I never wanted to be that person. But unfortunately, when you live out in the fucking middle of nowhere,
Yeah,
you
well,
have to
you at
be.
least have an excuse. You're like 3 hours from the nearest store, right?
Well, like normal store, we have a small little store,
Like,
but
kind of like the one we have here, or like different?
actually, yeah, it's kind of like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, because we have that just down the hill. And then we
Hmm.
have, the Walmart, Safeway, Fred Meyer, just one town over. And it's like, what, maybe a 15, 20-minute drive, if that?
Yeah.
But these people are just like, nah, I have to order online because there's nowhere else I can get this air fryer or this broom. And I'm like, dude, store.
I do have to admit, sometimes Amazon has the better deal on shit, like food product wise and whatnot. So my mom likes to order a bunch of shit on Amazon that way instead of going in the store and getting those products.
But can you order off DoorDash over there?
No, as there's like two restaurants open all year round.
Yeah. You just you look at like the time it'll take to get there. And it's like a 7 hour wait.
Okay, so did you even talk to this flight attendant? Like, I need to know. I didn't hear anything after. Like,
uh,
I can't hear shit on this plane.
yeah,
Like,
there was that cute flight attendant. I was like, damn, she kind of fine. I should talk to her. Let me message Taylor real quick. How do you talk to women? And she's like, you just introduce yourself, let her
yeah.
like say something or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I can't hear nothing. I was right next to the engine. I was like, I can't hear anything. And on top of that, she wasn't even servicing my area, so I was like, damn it.
You could have said something like after you're getting off your flight. Like, I
I
mean,
did. I said, have a nice night.
not what I meant.
And she was like, thank you. And I was like, I'm in.
Yeah, okay.
That's it.
All right, Maverick, calm down.
Uh, and I guess we should talk about the elephant in the room. Yes, I did confess my feelings to a certain someone, and their response was, it's just a prank, bro.
That honestly pissed me off so
Dude,
much. You don't even understand.
I was with my brother, and I was like, what does this mean? He's like, oh, hold on. And he gets his girlfriend on the phone, and it's like, what does this mean? And she's like, I have no idea, dude. In all my years of being told like anything, I've never once thought, "Is this a prank, bro?"
No, after you said that shit to me, I was like, this bitch, I swear. Like I was about to message her.
Yeah, so I literally I didn't know what to respond with, so I didn't say anything. And she's like, "It is a prank, right?" No,
Like, no.
it's not. I don't know how you read that whole heartfelt message. It was like, he's messing with me. This guy, this guy. So yeah, just like, is
Such
this
a
a prank?
jokester.
No, it's not. Oh, well, I just want to be friends. I was like, cool. Thanks for the response. You could have said
That would have
literally,
been fine if
yeah,
you would have said that first. Not, is this a prank, bro?
yeah.
Like,
I mean, honestly, it's not the worst response I've gotten, but it's definitely one that made me go, huh?
so, but I did tell you because you're like, what do you think she's gonna say, this or that? I'm like, I don't think she's gonna say either of those things. So technically, I was right,
Yeah, true, true. What
but
what I
not
think I think
that shit.
I think I was like, yeah, she's either gonna say like ew or blocked.
Yeah, it was those.
Yeah, and I was supposed to be, I was actually supposed to be filming an episode with her today because we had scheduled it, and but I already told her my feelings about her, so I was like, she's probably not going to want to make an episode now, but I'll also reach out to her and be like, hey, did you still want to make a, did you still want to do a DozCast episode today? She left me on red. I was like, cool, cool. I think that answers that
Yeah,
question. But hey, you know what? At least I did it.
that you did. Like I said, I was proud of you for that.
And then I also told Dart, and I think I told you this before, but Dart thinks she's like super, super mid.
Yes, and you
And
get pissed off about it
yeah,
every single time.
yeah, I do.
Just like when people say curly fries are the worst.
They're
You
not,
just
but
freak out.
let's just dial it down for me, please. Anyway, so I told Dart about it, and he's like, "Finally, dude, now you can move on to more attractive women." Like, dude, you're a piece of shit, dude.
I mean, it's there as a friend, though.
Damn, but I gotta be honest with you though, I was kind of like attracted to her for like so long that after I was just like, now what?
Yeah. Okay, so maybe this time we don't find somebody who's a cosplayer, maybe, who has a big fan following.
Well, what's wrong with her
I'm
being?
just saying,
What's wrong with her being a cosplayer?
because she has a really big fan following.
Okay, so
She
if
has a lot of people in her DMs.
ah,
Lot, yes,
I see what you're saying. Okay,
yes.
valid, I guess.
Okay,
I was
I'm
gonna say
trying to be
like
supportive and nice, but like,
I was gonna say like what if like I get a big fan following? Am I just not supposed to talk to
that's
anyone?
no, that's not what I'm saying at all.
Sorry guys, I can't date anymore. I have a huge fan following and
Shut the fuck up.
but okay, fine. No more cosplayers. Starting now.
Just like that one you always like.
What?
The fucking one that looks like a rat. Like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Like all her fucking videos also. I'm like, what the fuck? Why?
Because I think she's attractive. My bad.
Dart
Am I?
also probably calls her mid. So
I don't think I've ever showed Dart her
don't tell him no.
because quickly after me and the other one started started talking, and I just was like, man, this person's so cool. And I became fixated on that one to the point where I had, the board of all their pictures and us together, of course, that were photoshopped. Not just
You're wild.
kidding.
Just
I'm kidding. Kinda,
that's a
no.
little okay. You look so very content.
Yep. Because I'm thinking. It uses all three brain cells that I have. You just see smoke coming out of my ears. During the huge ice storm, a bunch of people were head to their HEBs, or as I like to call them, the HEB. HEB is like a super popular store
Oh,
down in Texas,
yeah.
uh, which I don't really see the appeal. Every time we went, I was like, yeah, it's Walmart but smaller, and I'm sure there's gonna be some Texans out there that are like, how dare you? And you know what,
Absolutely.
Texans? Y'all are some of the worst fucking drivers I've ever seen in my whole life. I saw people driving on sidewalks. I saw people running red lights, which I've seen here too, but not like how you guys do it. I saw people driving on curbs. Uh, there's, oh my god, this one traffic lane pissed me off. So I should have brought a diagram or something. You have two lanes going this way, right?
Right? Yeah.
And then for some reason it splits into four lanes, and then there's a middle lane that goes this way. And I'm like,
Okay.
what? We pull up to the traffic light that I see, and it's like if you want to turn right, you got to go into that middle lane. So at one point, we're pulling up to a red light, and we see a car pull into our lane, going the wrong way. And at that, I was like, dude, what the heck? It's a one way. And my brother's like, what? No, it's not. The lane you got to go in is right there. I'm like, why would you put it in the middle? That is fucking stupid.
Texas just likes to see destruction.
Yeah. And their roundabouts aren't even round. It's an intersection with a tree in the middle. I'm like, and my brother's like, yeah, in Texas get all pissed because they don't know how to use roundabouts. And I'm like, no wonder you don't make roundabouts. You make an about. There's no roundabout it.
Pretty much. The only time I see roundabouts is when I go up to Fairbanks and North Pole.
Yeah. Got quite a few of them here in Washington for some reason. Just
Oh, I
love them.
know. I can only just remember downtown Shelton right next to Mickey's Deli and the old motel and shit. That one roundabout. I'm like, this is stupid. Why we put this here? The dumbest thing.
Because traffic lights would have made sense.
There was never a traffic light there. It was just like stop signs.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure it was a four-way stop at first.
Yeah, it was.
But even
It
still,
wasn't
people don't know how to use
bad.
that either.
Yeah.
I feel like, a four-way stop is usually like, what, 1 to 2 lanes at least? Texas has four-way stops that are like almost 8 lanes.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah. And I remember we're driving to my aunt and uncle's and from my brother's house, and so they're like, four-way stop, four-way stop, four-way stop, four-way stop. I was like, dude.
No, thank you.
Yeah. So I'll admit, the traffic down there kind of made me go, uh.
Yeah, so are you sure you
But
want to
yeah, but then my brother showed
go
me,
there?
a place that was available for rent, and I was like, sheesh. I don't know why, but like the whole like weekend, the last weekend my parents were there. My mom and my aunt just kept going 6, 7 the whole weekend, and
Ew!
I was like,
No,
"Oh my
thank
god!"
no thanks.
we did one game mode where you had to like write something down and read it out loud. Another person will read it out loud. And at one point, it's my mom reads out 6 7, and her and my aunt go 6 7. I was like, stop, just please, you're embarrassing me. And then
Oh, jeez.
at another point, my mom had to read sheesh, which I guess she's never even heard in her whole life, apparently, because she reads it and goes swoosh. And I knew it. It was me who wrote it down, so I was like, I know what she's trying to say, and I was like, it's not swoosh, it's sheesh. And
No, it's swoosh now.
all of my cousins in unison went sheesh. It was majestic.
Swoosh.
Swoosh. Oh my god. Swoosh. It had so many E's and not a single W, so I'm like, how do you get swoosh? The W is silent. Yeah, I think that's not how that works. The W is not existent, I think is what you mean.
Yeah, it's been a long day. I'll tell you what. I'm tired.
Oh gosh. So
And this
fucking
just
funny.
made it a whole lot better because
Hell yeah. And shortly after getting back and hanging out with Dart, uh, he recently got a Switch too, and he was like, "Do you want my old Switch?" It's like, I don't have money. I can't really pay for it right now. I was like, "I'll just give it to you. I don't want it." Hell yeah, I'll take
okay.
it. Give me that shit. I'm not even the biggest fan of Nintendo, and I never even really considered getting a Switch. But since he asked, I was like, hand that shit over, dude.
That's what I bought for Alex for Christmas. It's
Nice.
the new Switch too.
And he's on that thing all the time. Never spends time with you.
No, that's not true.
Well, I think I just about talked about everything I did in Texas. So, hell yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed story time with Mr. Dawes. And Texans, if there are any Texans watching this, please fix your roads and your driving.